For all you mad bastards loving the Big Show podcast, get up even closer on Instagram, YouTube and TikTok. Or raw dog it. 4 to 7 every weekday on Radio Hauraki.
Yeah, man.
I reckon, man.
I reckon.
I had a pretty good sleep last night, fellas.
Same.
I think I slept from when I went to sleep
Yes.
to 4:45. It's pretty good.
Is that good?
It's pretty good. Wow,
Yeah.
it's very good. It was so good that I couldn't go back to sleep.
I'll tell you what,
4:45, you know what I mean?
what's made all the difference for me
Yeah.
is having a sip of, a gulp of, what's it called? It's just gone out of my head now.
Apple cider vinegar.
No,
Tea.
no, for
Diff lamb.
Dick.
kind of like Diff Lamb.
Gaviscon.
Here he is.
Yeah, there we go. And that's made all the difference.
You're still having your trouble with your indigestion,
Yeah,
mate.
yeah. Well,
yes, you are.
I am, but
Because you're drinking Gaviscon every night.
It goes on and off, and actually, I didn't have any last night. It was fine. But yeah, that burn's been.
It's horrible, isn't it? I had
awful.
a period of that, but that was when I was doing my working out, and I'm not doing that anymore, so that was obviously scurvy related.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might have been the
Yeah.
scurvy.
Trying to get that in, weren't you?
Nah, man.
Hey, you little bastard, you. Hey?
Hey, man, I'm not trying to get like, the fact of the matter is,
Jesus.
you had scurvy.
These are the facts. Yeah, pretty good sleep, pretty good day.
Makes a difference, doesn't it, when you have a good sleep?
It does. It does.
Another thing, I don't know if you guys know that I went to Vietnam, but all the beds, here's the interesting thing, all the beds that my wife and I slept on were really hard.
Oh, yeah.
Like really hard, firm. We'd jump on the bed and go, oh, that's firm.
Oh, you're jumping on the beds.
Well, I wouldn't, you'd lie there and go, well, that's a firm bed, that
Right.
one.
Yeah.
All of our back problems went away.
Yeah.
Both my wife and I have our lower backs like,
Yeah.
oh, God. And we went, oh, maybe it's our bed.
Yes.
Too soft.
Too soft.
It
yeah.
is. Yeah, 100%.
So
You're too late, Keyzie. Vietnam sorted them out.
it sorted me out.
I reckon the only solution is to move to Vietnam
You should do that.
because that's where the beds are.
Yeah,
My
I mean,
daughter
there's no
just-
other way around it.
My daughter just messaged me and went, I'm over it.
She wants to go back to Vietnam.
Yeah, she said, I'm over it. Let's go back to Nam. She's done.
That's so cool, man.
So maybe a firmer mattress will help us.
So maybe a firmer mattress will help
Well,
you.
we still don't have back problems at the moment,
Ah.
so we'll wait. And if it
You wait
does
till
come
they
back, we'll
bugger
wait
out.
until it fucks out again and then
Yeah.
go, okay, let's get a firm
Well,
mattress.
it's not a cheap, it's not a small amount of money to pay, is it? A new mattress?
Didn't Jeremy Wells spend like
30 grand.
something outrageous on his bed?
Yeah, man. But he spends a lot of time in that bed.
He does.
I know, but still, it's still.
Look,
I
Jace,
mean,
if you're Jerry Wells, I mean, what are you going to spend your money on?
That's true.
You may as well get a mean bed. You know what I mean?
true, yeah. Well, I mean, if you think about how much time you sleep,
Well, it's the third of your life, Jerry. I mean,
it's
what's your name? Jizz.
Jace. It's a good investment.
I think so.
Oh, well, I agree. If you can sleep, but not if you got to get us all back.
Yeah, well, that's right.
Does your bed have one of those upside down eggshell things on it? The fluffy thing, the fabric that you put underneath the mattress protector. Mike,
No.
do you know what I'm talking about? The upside down eggshell thing. It's like a big
Oh, yeah, I
yellow,
know what you mean.
same
Yeah,
size as your bed. You put that down to make it extra soft. Does your bed have one of those on it?
No, but we've got on our mattress a kind of
Protector, but it's a softener of a, I know what you mean, a pillowy sort of a bastard. We've got one of
Yeah.
them as well. It's made a
Yeah.
difference.
The Hauraki Big Show, weekdays from 4 on Radio Hauraki. The Hauraki Big Show podcast.
yes,
I'm just looking up the most expensive mattresses in the world, fellas.
yes.
Just people that make mattresses. Coming in at number 3, Cluft Palais Royale. That's $40,000 US.
Sounds good.
That's made in the USA, baby. It's got layers of hand-tufted cashmere in it. Huston's Vividos. It's a predecessor to the Grand Vividos. Remember that one?
No.
Handmade in Sweden. And that takes 320 hours to make.
Wow.
I mean, by hand. Wow.
Make it by hand. That costs 150 grand. You like
Is
that?
the
You like
number
that,
one
Joe?
just a mattress full of cash?
So they're getting paid $500 an
You
hour.
could
to
buy
make
one of
that.
those with your Game of Two Halves money, Keyzie.
Jace, don't carry on like Game of Two Halves money is this anywhere near Dog Squad money. All right?
Guys, coming in at number 1, the Hastens Grand Vivitas, handmade in Sweden. It takes crafted by master artisans.
Yes.
Right.
Oh, is that artisans?
Oh, yeah, artisans.
Oh, right.
Artisans.
Over 600 hours. Sounds like they're fucking around. Weighs 530 pounds, which is about 200 kilos.
Kilo, yeah.
And
Wow,
that's gonna cost you $400,000.
200 kilos. How heavy would a regular queen?
It's probably a single bed as well.
Right.
That is crazy. We spent on our last mattress,
You found it on the side of the road, didn't you?
From
The organic
recollection.
collection.
Jace, how much have you spent on your last mattress?
quite a lot. Quite a lot of hoity jizz there,
No.
Keyzie. But it was like $1,800 for the mattress.
Fuck, that's cheap.
It is, but we went, Jesus, $1,800.
How long ago was that, Jace?
About 3 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think you should be rocking a $5,000 mattress.
Yeah, I think that's what we've got, 5 to 8, something like that.
Nah, fuck that shit, man. Bullshit.
No, I think
I
a
am
man
not
in your
spending
status,
$8,000 on a mattress.
Why not?
you should
Cause
spend some of your Gormsby money.
You got
Gormsby.
listen to you. You got a fucked back, but you'd rather have a fucked
but it's
back and
not.
spend. No, you got it fixed over in Vietnam, so
Yes.
you can't attribute any credit to your current
I
mattress.
might just get a futon.
Sure.
Remember when futons were really cool?
I do the fold out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was flat. I had a futon in my
Yeah.
Ruton days.
So Jace has got a fucked back.
I had a futon in my Ruton days, Keyzie.
Would you say I'd have?
Ruton.
Do you want a root on the futon? Hell yeah! Then I'd be like, hell yeah, Jace.
We've got to
that's
get that into the show somehow. That deserves its own sting.
Well, a
does.
futon chat.
Ruton.
Root on the futon.
So your back's fucked, but your wallet is chocker with cash.
Yeah, it's just overflowing
But
with
the-
cigarette money.
the beds you slept on in Vietnam, right? Did you have good sleeps on them?
Pardon?
Did you have good? Did you have good sleeps on the? For those listening, Jason was too busy biting his nails there to listen. Did you have a good sleep on the Vietnamese mattresses?
Yeah, but
Hot though, wasn't it?
I would. Yeah, it was. I would. But you had your aircon there, Mogi.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
All
Is
the
this in a
mod
villa or a
cons.
hotel? What was it?
Here's the thing, though. But I also attribute that to the 878 kilometres we walked every day.
So you were gassed.
Yeah, we were fucking tired.
Whereas you come back here and you do fuck all every day. Yeah, it's a good point.
You know, and managing a group of young ladies.
Managing, you did fuck all. You stood off to the side and smoked a cigarette and waited for the decision to be made. If you had, and let me say, if you had any sense.
Well,
and then when they made the decision, you went,
And sparked another one up.
that's not entirely inaccurate, Mogi.
It's the only way to go.
What would happen is my daughters would go, "Oh, we want to go to this vintage shop," and I'd go, "Okay." And my wife would be like, "Oh yeah, that sounds good. I'm into that," and all my daughters are into it. So they'd go into a vintage shop. I'd go in for about 2 minutes and then go outside and have a durry.
Yes.
And then they go, "Oh, there's another vintage shop not far from here."
Oh,
And they
my
go,
God.
Okay. And that's, and various other things. And I just tagged along and smoked durries.
but you're happy as Larry,
but
man.
that's the beauty of it, isn't it? I mean, really, you're on holiday. Your holiday is hanging out with your family. That's what you get out of it.
Yes.
I just need to be drinking piss while all that was going on.
Yeah, that's hard, eh? When
What's
it
that?
was-
Not drinking?
Yeah, when you're there in that situation.
100%.
And it's so
Because
cheap.
that's often the way, right? And
Yes.
this is probably a gross generalisation. It's probably sexist as well. But the women want to go shopping. They want to have a look at the shops.
Yes,
We don't give a shit.
yes.
99% of the time.
I would
But we
agree.
do like drinking.
Yes.
So you go and have a look at that, and I'm going to have a few beers,
Few beers.
and just watch the people.
Do you know what's good?
That's the
Absolutely.
good shit.
Absolutely.
In those countries, though, you can have a few beers while they're shopping. While you're there, you can just walk around with a bintang or whatever the hell you're drinking.
Yeah.
no
well,
one gives a shit.
Yeah, totally, man.
You can just be sitting on the seat in the store having a beer.
And instead, I just smashed coffees. But there were a couple of occasions where my daughters were like,
Why don't you just piss off, Dad?
no, no. They were like, oh, we've got to do something for Dad.
Oh, that's
That's
nice.
how bad it got.
Because it was like, we just, we're dragging Dad to all this fucking
Well-
shops. Well, we've got to do something fun for Dad.
Okay,
And I was
hang
like,
on.
this
What-
is fun.
Yeah, well, what would that be though?
Well,
There's
you
nothing.
You just stated it.
Exactly. Drinking piss and,
And watching
smoking darts
people.
and watching people. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a short
But-
list, eh?
But also,
I would have liked maybe a bit of Vietnamese theatre or some shit like that.
Sure.
Although I get a vibe it would have worn out pretty quick.
what I really genuinely loved, because there's, all these great little alleyways and stuff like that in the big cities. I just like walking down the alleyways and seeing how people actually lived.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Seeing if you could get a bargain down the alleyways.
down the bargain down the alleyways.
Actually, somebody did offer you a bargain, didn't they?
They did in front of my family. And you walk down these alleyways and you see how the Vietnamese, a lot of people live, and it's like quite humbling.
It is very
Quite
humbling.
And you go, fucking hell, man.
One of the best ones was we were on a food tour, and one of the girls, because it was like a group food tour, there was me and my wife and then 3 other couples. And one of the girls at this like little side of the road shop thing was like, "Can I use the toilet?" And the guy was like, "Oh yeah, just come this way." And then leads her into the toilet, and then he like says something to the lady that's in there, like, come out. And the lady was in there washing the vegetables for the restaurant in the toilet, not in the toilet bowl, but right next to the toilet where there was a
Yeah.
tap.
Yeah.
So, pull all the vegetables out. She goes wheeze, and then she goes back in there and keeps washing the bok choy. It's
Yeah.
just like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yum, though.
But that's also, fuck, imagine how stoked they were when they got that basin.
Oh, bro, totally.
Fucking oaths.
Fucking
And it
rich,
was delicious.
man. They're rich.
It was delicious.
The enterprise of people there is extraordinary. You just go, you look at all these tiny little things and you go, how the fuck do you survive
Yeah.
selling just that? But the little most grody little stalls that you just fucking you go, I'm not going to eat.
Like this shop here.
I'm not going to eat that. Always the most popular.
yeah.
With the locals, I mean.
Yeah, oh,
and
yeah.
And you have all the locals sitting around eating it, and I'm like, oh, nah, I'm
Yeah.
not going to risk that one.
Yeah.
Should we call this one
Jace the racist.
Vietnam special?
Oh, Jacist.
Chatting about Vietnam. That's good, though. That's good to hear, Jace. We're keen to go, man.
It was more bed chat, really, wasn't it?
It was bed chat in Vietnam. Hey, listen to the Big Show 4 till 7 every weekday on Radio Hauraki. Good eating.